What are the arguments that contend that the Golden Age is actually a myth? And how do you refute those arguments?
I'm not really familiar. The Golden Age was a myth. I mean, people might maybe oversimplified. I'm not familiar with people
Okay,
saying it never happened. I
right.
mean, everything is nuanced. Jews, even in the best situation, always had to be wary. There were backlashes against Jews rising to position of prominence. It was not always so fantastic. Dynasties changed. There was external pressure. Islamic Spain was also, from the very beginning, the Christians were reconquering the country. So, but clearly, if you look at it objectively, in my opinion, you see that despite all the factors, it's always more nuanced. It's not, we wash the board with one brush and everything is perfect and rosy and fantastic. There were definitely ups and downs at this period of time and in many periods of time in Jewish history, and different golden ages, like in Poland, there was a golden age. But then there was open violence and anti-Jewish riots at the periods of time in Spain, even during the best of times. Resentment from the Muslim majority about the success of Jews within this Islamic world. So it wasn't just all rose-colored glasses, perfect. But there's no question in my mind that it was, all things considered, one of the best period of times, one of the greatest diaspora experiences for both Jews, but also for the people amongst whom we live. And that we benefited and they benefited in Spain, which starts out as one of the really big proofs that it had to have been a golden age. Was Spain was really the periphery when Jews first in 711 start settling in Spain following the Islamic conquest. This was as far out, saying the Gahaktavinda, it's like the end of the earth there. The center of the Jewish world was Babylon. And they had to really work hard to get some rabbis to settle in Spain and bring some Torah infrastructure in that would allow a Jewish community to expand and thrive and prosper there. But we see by the time we fast forward several hundred years later, you could argue that Spain is really the center of the Jewish world. The fact that so many of what we call the Rishonim, these rabbis who were from basically about the beginning of the 11th century to the expulsion from Spain in 1492, it's about a 400 year or so period, 500-year period, that these are the greatest scholars, with the exception of people like Rashi, who was in France, in Troyes, outside Paris. I mean, the vast majority of these people are Sephardic Jews, and a huge number of them are actually in Spain itself. So clearly, this must have been a not just a spiritual level, an academic, Torah level, but on an intellectual and economic and scientific and level, a very positive, good period for Jews and for the larger population amongst whom we live.